Whoa, I didn't realize on video I look like a flock of seagulls because my hair's flopped over to one side. My butt cut's all messed up.
You have a butt cut?
I usually go butt cut.
Oh, you got big butt cut.
Yeah, that's how I roll. What? Butt cut style. You know it's not butt cut? SweatEquity Podcast, the #1 comedy business podcast in the world.
I already did the thing.
Give me some more. You don't have to be shrewd with the horn.
It doesn't feel right a second time. I don't know.
Okay.
Better.
Yeah.
I should have done that.
Give me a little flair, baby.
Yeah.
Listen to us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any app that has podcasts, really. Subscribe, rate us 5 stars. You're listening to us right now. We're in your ear holes. Why don't you go get your finger hole and don't be an a-hole and give us a 5-star review.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the pod and share it with a friend, loved one, coworker. This episode is brought to you. By the way, our guest didn't show up.
Yeah, that's why it was just the two of us.
So
and it's going to be a double episode, just so you know you're going to hear this intro twice.
Yeah.
Not a mistake.
Yeah, but we get real deep. Like, ooh,
This is a good one.
like hitting that IUD in that lady's gash.
IUD.
UID?
No, you got it. I was like,
I was saying, like,
I went to Afghanistan.
I know. Yeah, I was saying
I assume
hitting
you
the
got it wrong.
Your dick hits the birth control thing all the way in the back of her vagina. That's the thing I was going for.
Oh.
You know? I don't think our sponsors want to be affiliated with this, so
I don't even got it.
let's. I'll teach you about it later.
Oh,
Let's
buddy.
get this party started. Howdy, Johnny.
It's called Sweat Equity.
You are listening to the Sweat Equity Podcast.
I'm meandering, but I'm getting.
That's fine. I
I'm
mean-
kind of back. I'm on back roads, but I'm going to get back onto the highway.
Oh, you have a plan here?
Yeah, and then I'm going to kick it over to you.
Oh, okay.
So that doesn't happen. I find this interesting because I'm trying to teach them that too. Like everything's pretty much incentives and penalties, right? So if you're in the middle, right, and you want something, you got to be incentivized. Penalty, if you go hurt others or go steal from others, you're going to get penalized, right? And so I go, okay. Drink your water tomorrow. I'll get you this thing for Minecraft that costs $5, whatever. It's like a pair of pants or something stupid. I'm like, I don't know why you would want this.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting video game angry. I'm like, why?
Oh, Minecraft will piss you off when you're like,
You just want a tunic
this is a...
for Zelda?
Right. No, it's not even, the graphics aren't even as good as Zelda.
Yeah.
Minecraft, you look at it and you're like, whatever you just paid for, I feel like I can make it somehow.
Larry, still no email. Any call back?
Leia?
Did you call back?
No email from Leia? I doubt it. Larry Jesus Hoffman.
I keep my phone on Do Not Disturb because I'm a professional. And so I realized I keep it on probably about 80% of my waking live hours.
Good for you.
And sleeping, I guess.
Good for you.
Well, the phone's the biggest distraction during the workday, and I don't really need to. I know myself, and it, especially with dating apps, because you're like, ooh, you can start chatting it up.
Yeah,
You're like,
I'm not-
yeah, this girl wants it.
That's
And that's a totally ADD.
Time suck.
Yeah. So, so he didn't do it. He didn't drink the water, and then cried, and I still had to break it to him. Mm-hmm. But like,
You already said that.
yeah. And my thing is just like everything surrounds that for parenting, and I'm guessing teaching.
Kinda, yeah. I mean...
Your professional life for sure is that.
Yep. Well, I mean, yeah, in a professional sense, but we're not talking about teaching. Dude, it's literally like every 48 minutes, a new adventure.
So I'm hounding.
What's going to happen next?
I'm hounding you to write a book as you're coming in almost like 21 Jump Street,
Yeah.
where you don't have the teaching background,
Right.
yet it's kind of a layup to get the job.
I mean, yeah. No, I mean, the job itself, like, not getting into it too much, but very convenient for me locally and, like, all that. And
And
the administration.
And as we took
good.
the Asher Strategies personality test, the best one for your professional
Oh,
life,
yeah.
it did say, like, you're best at managing people.
Oh, weird. No, I think it said I was a teacher.
Well, yeah, that goes under management.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah. We should take that again because we're coming up on about 6 years of it from
Yeah.
it, and I want to see.
Maybe longer. I don't know. Yeah,
It was
but-
2017. I'm pretty sure it was November.
Okay. But yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and it said like you're, and I was like, that's great because if we ever scale the agency, you'd be better on that side of teaching, because you have to teach a lot of people, no matter if they're specialists in whatever.
Sure.
You still have to be good at teaching and teaching them how to teach.
Yeah.
All right, so you need to write a book.
Yeah, probably.
And if you chipped away at it every day, let's say you just dictated notes
Yeah.
for 5 minutes every school day.
Yeah. I'm gonna. It's just, man, it's just like the actual hours of it. It is draining.
Oh yeah,
It's a good draining.
you're outside.
Not yet. Everything's in the
too
gym.
hot.
Everything's in the gym. The school has a nice gym, so it's not like
Well, it's 95 degrees in Tampa, so
it's ungodly hot.
this is the worst. This is the hottest summer I can remember. And then every time I've said it, someone's been like, it's the hottest summer in recorded history around the world. I'm like, yeah, I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it because I don't want to get into a global warming thing.
Oh.
That's what that fun fact's about.
Yeah. Just start chanting USA. USA.
Well, I'm like, look, because the end result is we can't do much about it because it's corporations, and this is kind of.
Did you recycle your water bottles though?
And we grew up two things in the 90s, thinking if you had sex you're going to get AIDS, which looking at COVID and how many, I think those will parallel each other on how much bad information was going out.
Yeah. I don't know.
And some on purpose. I don't know, or to not hurt feelings.
Dude, it is like I'm just gonna wait for when it all comes out in 10 years or whatever really happened. Like what that was. Okay, let me know. But it's just like I don't have the energy to try and figure it out.
The more I think
what
about
the hell?
about how like messaging was corrupted and information was corrupted, and it's like this feels like what you read about with the AIDS epidemic in the 90s, which the common link in both is Fauci.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
Yeah. So anyway, that.
Quick side note: I need to tell you, I've been watching Winning Time on HBO. Just thinking of sex with AIDS.
I hated
that's all
it and loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
The two things in the 90s that were kind of a ruse was HIV. If you have sex, you're probably going to get AIDS, which frightened us as we got older.
Right. No, I actually remember seeing on Nickelodeon that they said you cannot get AIDS from.
Yeah, but what year?
I was a kid.
You can't get it from touching.
No, it laid it all out in a fun way.
But it
Those
didn't say
orange
like,
graphics.
hey, this is really for gay dudes. Like,
Oh, they did say that.
yeah, right. Or heroin addicts.
Right.
Very small percentage, probably.
It was very specific.
Yeah. The other was
Global warming.
I was thinking of Nickelodeon, The Big Help, when I was talking about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's
What
weird.
was that? I can remember the logo for some reason.
It was a telethon they would do once a year, and I remember calling in like a nerd, like an idealistic little nerd kid, like I'm going to donate 5 hours of my time, or something shit like that.
taking hours.
It was like hours
Over 10 million
or
hours donated.
something like that, because kids don't have money, so that you had to call in and be like,
Right.
"How are you going to volunteer?" It was like,
I mean,
good idea.
that's if they're saying just go pick up trash and all this stuff, like of course that's
Right.
good.
It was stuff like that.
But the thing about if you better recycle those plastic bottles or else the hole in the ozone layer is going to keep going. It's just like,
and it's
why
like,
put that on me?
Well,
I'm 12.
I'm gonna bring it.
This is on me now?
I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna go xenophobic again, like we did with the aliens on the last episode. Why is it always America? Why are we always feeling like shit? We don't make nearly as much
Dude, yeah,
as China, India,
just
or
plugging
Russia,
away.
right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, and we have regulations on that. They don't even. Theirs are like, it's like it might as well be the Easter Bunny. It's like, yeah, we got regulations too.
Yeah.
No.
I'd love to see that.
And then
What would it even
and then
be?
all the undeveloped countries, you know, that
They don't even know what they're doing.
that are much smaller.
This is bad. Nobody told us.
They light shit on fire as
We
refuse,
just burn it.
which I don't know if.
If we gotta get rid of something, we just burn it.
Yeah, so
Big deal.
that's like, I forgot why we got here.
I don't know.
The edible kicked in.
Well, it's just all bullshit.
All right, so you're
Making
coaching.
us feel bad.
I think you have a unique perspective, though. I also think if you start getting up on stage again, it'll also it'll help you think in that joke way
Yeah.
a lot more. Mm-hmm. Because like going to do an open mic, it's not really about like even if it's a shitty one, it makes you think about material and it makes you think about writing beforehand on the drive at least. For me,
Take it from the experts.
well, I mean, I'm saying it at least
Write all my
makes-
bits on the drive over to the venue.
Well, don't do it like me, but I'm saying like it at least makes you think about writing jokes, and then it'll put you in that kind of headspace. So
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing about middle schoolers is like I can unleash the dad jokes to eye rolls, and I'm still having a good time.
right,
Because it's like
because you do it
the
to
other
your kids.
the other coaches, they're also rolling their eyes, but like they get what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They get the fun of it. There's just like,
Like what? Give me an example.
oh, I don't know, dude. It's minute to minute, just messing around. Like
You got to go, dude. That's my art. I can't.
right. I'm an artist, a joke artist. Please
look,
don't.
It's like when you go to a party, and my friends would go, "Oh, he's a comedian. Talk to him." And I'm
Oh,
like,
God.
"Fuck you, Kyle!" Like, God damn it, dude. And then they'll be like, then I come off like a real asshole.
Right,
because-
when you're like, I'm not going to perform for you. What a dick.
Well, I'm an asshole in any situation. Really, this comes up. They go, "Tell me a joke," and I go, "I'm not your fucking jukebox."
Tell me a joke.
I go, "It doesn't really work like that," but or you didn't pay me to be here is another one I like to say.
Oh, okay.
Because that makes I feel like I'm old school Las
Be like, can I
Vegas.
have $20?
Yeah, I go,
I'll tell you a joke.
and then they're like, "God, you got to really stick in the mud." I'm like, "What if I came to work and knocked the dick out of your?"
Yeah, but it's just very condescending. Like, perform, monkey, do it.
I know, or the one I catch all the time. I got two of these that get grouped unfairly put together. So like people will go, "How are your little skits doing?" And I'm like, "Why does it have to be little skit? You don't for."
They're actually pretty big.
Why'd you just even talk? Like, if you don't know the vernacular, why would you take a stab at
Right,
it?
it's such a weird thing because they're doing a thing where they're
They're putting you down. I found this out over. It took me 20 years.
maybe they might not know they're doing
Subconsciously. I don't think they're doing it.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. They're saying, okay, normal humans ask about people and how they're doing. Mm-hmm. But I think this about what they do, this person does, and I just can't say it normal. Like I have to get that little.
Now,
The
coolest people
there.
that don't know and want to ask, they go, "I'm not sure what to call it, your act or something." I'm
Right.
Like, oh, then I'm all ears.
Right.
I'll tell them everything.
Yes, I will talk about it all day if it's like a genuine curiosity and like not this. We know when it's condescending.
I started picking up on this. If someone puts Lil in front of like something you're doing that is, if they know about it, it's obviously a big part of your life.
Right.
Like, how's your little deck project
Yeah.
that you're building on your own?
Yeah.
And then the other one I've noticed too, when people especially outside of Florida, they'll group Florida just all together. So if my friends introduce me, they'll go, "Oh, this is Law. He's from Florida," and I'm like,
I'm more than
If
that.
I was like, if I was from St. Louis, I'd say he's from St. Louis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a weird grouping I've noticed. Not as bad as little sketches or skits.
But yeah, that gets me.
Little in front of, people do it with the podcast too. When they talk to me, how's your little podcast doing? I go, what?
I mean,
why you got to do that?
I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Oh well, my friends, half of that.
I mean,
is,
now your friends are going to hear this and say it on purpose.
No, half of it's condescending to acquaintances that they know this isn't the Rogan experience, right?
Yeah.
But they see clips on their feed. They don't interact with it.
All right.
But they'll go like, they might be genuinely curious, but don't know how to phrase
They
it.
just can't do it.
Right.
They just can't do it.
But you know what I've done once, or
What?
a dozen times. They'll go, how's your little skits doing? And I'll go, hey, what do you do for work? And they'll tell me, and I'll go, oh, how's your little accounting firm doing?
Yeah.
Like,
How are you doing with the little mortgages?
how's your tiny penis CPA business? Like, if I'm in the zone
Tiny ass.
and I don't give a fuck, I will fucking do that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm getting life heckled.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I do this. I mean, it's the same. I do the same.
So, Coach Red, you're out there, you're wheeling and dealing.
Wheeling and dealing. Kind of, actually, now that you put it that way. I don't know, man. It's you talk about deadbeat dads, not saying that that's like a these kids have a need for sure, and I'm in a weird position. I'm in a weird position because it's like we've got 4 coaches. I don't have a designated grade level, so I just help them all, which means I also
You're a rover.
I might do
to borrow a PE term.
Yes. I'm going rover,
Yeah.
but
Rover means you kind of lick, or you're the best.
we'll go with the second one.
If you're a rover in baseball, softball, and they put you because you stink so bad, they're like, hey,
Wouldn't a rover be better because they cover more ground?
Yeah, it's either the best or the worst, is my case.
Oh, okay.
But I was always a bad case.
Oh.
Like, how about you be a second baseman?
Really?
We'll go in between right field and second. We'll make a new position for you. You suck so
You're
bad.
playing 1.5 base.
We're basically going to play 8-man baseball.
8 men in the box.
8 versus 9. Anyway. So you're the replacement dad. That's what you're saying?
I didn't say that. But the kids, there's definitely, and it's been told to us, because it's not just me. There's another new male coach he's awesome. We get along great. Like, we're right on the same wavelength. And I told you, like, we've already had, people be like, oh, it's never been like this before. And he and I are just rolling in there like dads, just being like, what do you, like, it's hard to explain, but, like, I was talking about, for me, my position, I'm not necessarily having to take role of an individual class every time. I have the ability to kind of move around and zero in on the real pains in the ass.
You're the hamburger helper.
Okay.
Like, you already got it all.
Coach Hamburger Helper. I like it.
But you're coming in to be, that little ajout. You're that
Yeah. Well, I mean,
extra credit guy.
it's one of those things. I just going in myself recognize like a need to like kind of focus on certain kids, and if you can get like, it is in middle school, like things cascade where it's like if you can get certain kids in certain spots to start behaving differently, things will follow, hopefully. But I don't know. It's good, man. Like, I had one kid he's not good. He's in trouble a lot, but he wants me to come to his football game on Saturday. I'm like, damn it, I need to go to this kid's football game. I got to take my kids to this kid's football game. Like,
No, that's
no, you say no, but like, man, I'm telling you, like, these kids, they need specific things, and like,
I know
it's somewhat selfish on my end, just because I'm seeing the benefit that'll be for myself.
it's psychological egoism. That's what that's called.
Explain.
So like volunteering, there's not the philosophy around it is that
Oh yeah,
there's
no,
no true
yeah.
altruism,
Yeah.
which is fine, right?
Yeah.
But here's where this has diminishing returns. And what I was kind of worried about when you were telling me about this the other day, I thought about it later. I was like, you're going to have to find a weird area where you got to be like the good, positive male figure, but you can't extend it too far into real life because, that you can't take on that amount of people. The Dunbar's number is 150, right?
Fuck Dunbar's number.
You can.
I got 800.
I know, that's what I'm
So
saying.
it's like,
that's what I'm
but
saying.
I mean, but what I was saying
And
is
it's not
like,
really
I'm
your
not going
job.
to every kid's football game. No, it's not my job.
Yeah, but
But if I can make a difference for this kid, it'll be different for the other kids, and they'll see, okay, like we don't have to do what we've been doing. Like, I don't know, it's crazy, man. Our principal gets he says we love you every day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a public school?
It's a public school.
That's cool.
Yeah. Because these kids, it's weird, man. Like, I see the trouble kids, and I've got a few that I'm like, come on, man, work with me here. And they'll start doing stuff, and I look at them, and I can see them looking for me. It's like they just want attention. They just want to have, like, they're used to just doing whatever they want, walking around, not listening to the teacher, and getting attention that way. But it's like, oh, you just talk to them for a second, like figure out what's going on with them.
I think if you do, because it sounds like you're going to be the basketball coach, like that. I think that's your way of really connecting. So.
I use that all the time.
Really, only the cool kids that can dribble.
Yeah.
I mean, the troubled ones that can't play a sport, they're a lost cause.
Right. I have nothing to hold over your head.
Well,
I'm going to take away your math homework.
You can't. It's tough because you do have a good heart for this. Like just since I've ever known you, we used to do the MREs for homeless people. That's insanely nice thing to do, to drive around and be like, here, I pre-packaged these just in case I ran into someone because I see them around town.
Yeah.
That is, the thoughtfulness of it is very nice. However, it's one of those things where and maybe this is my projection, but it's like, I got to make sure I got all my ducks in a row first to be able to help that kid's life, kind of thing.
Yes,
because
I
I've
understand
done the thing
completely what you're saying. Yeah, and I know you're looking out for me. But the other circumstances outside of all of this in my life, which you're familiar with, and it, just to put it simply, has just been like a whirlwind hurricane of uncertainty and not knowing, like all this stuff where it's like, I'm to the point where like I control very little. I have control over like 5 things.
Right.
And this scenario is one where it's like, they're not in high school yet. They're not too far gone.
You're gonna put a leather jacket on when it gets colder.
I'm gonna flip that chair around.
You're Michelle
AC
Pfeiffer.
Slater style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to wait till it's cold.
I don't want to pull you back from being idealistic. I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think it is.
The problem is there's no other way to be.
Well, yeah.
In this scenario, because as soon as you're like these fucking, then it's, what are you doing?
Yeah, my thing is strategy wise. I think there's a way to do both without giving too much of yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Like business dad Dean Akers, he's there for us when we need anything, right?
Right.
But he doesn't dote on anybody. Yeah. And I think that's a good parenting kind of way, right? He's very thoughtful, and he'll go out of his way to get a hold, sometimes. Or if you call him, he'll get right back to you.
Yeah.
And he kind of just drops knowledge and would leave the room when we work for him.
Yeah, I mean, all this is so early on. It's like been doing it. It's like 2 weeks in.
Yeah,
but just big picture sort of thing. It's like you got to kind of decide on the mindset you're going to have going into it. Where it's like you really can't just write people off, especially kids, because like I've already seen it with a couple kids in particular, where it's like they were the biggest pain in the ass, and now they're not. They're just not. And like That's something I cling on to. Like I have to like.
Do you go up to them and be like, "Hey, the first week I had you was a little rough, but you've been doing a lot better."
Today. I did it today.
Like proactively?
Yes,
That's
today
awesome.
I did it.
Like that always meant the
It was
world
overheard.
to me.
It was overheard by a couple other kids, and they're like, "Who's your favorite?" And then the one kid that came up to me, he's like, "I know I'm your least favorite, but who's your favorite?" I was like, "You're not my least favorite."
No one's. You got to go. I love. You have to make a joke. I love all.
Oh yeah,
my
I
children
do.
equal- yeah.
Right. But for everything, he is my least favorite.
Right.
But still,
Hey,
it doesn't-
self-aware. That's something.
Well, this is the same kid that. Yeah, I don't even.
Yeah. Don't mention
Either
specific
way,
stories.
Either way, it's just when you can see the needle move this quickly, it's encouraging.
Right.
It gives you the juice to like be excited to go to work tomorrow.
Well, look, that's a big thing with any professional. Anything you're doing, right? Not what makes you happy for your career or just your job right now. It's it's really what makes you satisfied,
Right.
right? What is the thing at the end of the day that you go, I feel like I made a difference? Now, look, if making as much money as possible makes you satisfied, then that's fine, right? It's different for everybody. I'm not looking at this morally. I'm looking at this like,
Right. Well, like I said, the needle move, it's like what moves your needle? What makes in your mind say I accomplished something today?
like I love working with small businesses because I love going like, you were here, we were part of the thing that got you to here.
Right. Yes.
If they really listened to us, we'd be way up there. It'd be a hockey stick on the graph.
Okay.
I don't know. Just had to get that
But
out.
yeah, I don't know. It's something people got to figure out what actually makes you satisfied. And there's gonna be some people out there that can't say out loud. Like I just feel like this made me feel like I did that.
Well, people say happy a lot.
Right. What is happy?
And now I'm becoming an old man, and I correct them. I go, just stop thinking about happy. It's almost like a perfect circle. It doesn't really exist. It's like you'll drive yourself nuts
Right.
trying to find happiness, right?
Yeah. I didn't wake up whistling zippity doo dah out of my asshole. I don't know what's wrong with my life.
But what makes you content? What makes you satisfied day to day? What
Yeah.
makes you feel like you lived
Contributed.
as a
like
human?
you contributed something, whether that's working at McDonald's, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just like you have to have your own positive mindset about it, because that might be you might be in high school and work at McDonald's and maybe you feel self-conscious about it, but you can turn that around in your own mind and say, no, I'm
gonna get
doing
to
my
Chick-fil-A.
thing. Right.
And
One
then
day,
move up the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
But I use Chick-fil-A as an example because how do you get fast food workers to never say you're welcome? You have a career path for these employees. You have a positive kind of track for them. You have all these things set up that pulls these people, the good people, towards you, right? It's hard to get a job at Chick-fil-A.
Really?
Yeah. For entry-level people.
Dude, I saw a thing that said UPS drivers make $140,000 a year. And it was actually an article about how they negotiated it up to 170.
I'm going to have to chat GPT that.
Please do.
I did look up, and by the way, if we give any pragmatic advice on here, chat GPT.
Work for UPS.
Chat GPT, make 140K. Chat GPT has an app. They didn't always have that. So now I honestly find it I'll use a lot more now than Bard. But
Take it to dinner.
I asked how many...
Table for two.
What?
Table for 1 and 0. Binary joke.
Damn, dude. That crushed. I wish we had
I'm going to use it tomorrow.
I wish we had
I'm going to use it tomorrow in the gym.
like late night talk show laughter. As of September 21, I asked how many. What's the percentage of mothers in the United States that are single moms? I did this like 30 minutes ago. I just
Okay.
forgot about it when we were kind of more or less talking about that because I'm curious, right?
Sure.
What do you think?
What was the how many mothers are single mothers?
Yeah, what's the percentage in the U.S.?
41.
This will be as of September 2021.
Oh, wait, hold on then.
And it's single
40,
mothers.
40.
It's not divorced moms. I think that's the difference.
Okay, 41.
Just
Fine.
single mother. 41? I'm talking about single mom. It's single moms, I think, implies full time. Has them all the time.
I mean, well, so
Let's go on.
fatherless children
Yeah,
is how many kids are fatherless is what we're talking
That's
about?
what I was trying to get to, yeah.
Okay.
Because you can't write how many deadbeat dads, what's the percentage of deadbeat dads? But single mom?
I mean, it might still be 41. I don't know. I'm going to say 28 then.
Yeah, that's closer. 23%, which is a lot.
Yeah.
You're talking about a quarter of adults were raised by pretty much a beleaguered mom. You know,
Right. No male influence.
A
Strong male. Because, like,
dude,
man,
1 in
you know
4?
the psychology with the dad thing. It's mess you up.
And dads, I feel like golf moms way more important than the front nine. Dads, back nine.
Yeah.
That's any of my any of the gals you know when we were in high school that were turbo sluts. No, never nary a dad around, or the dad was like a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
No,
felt-
it's for sure, like, yeah.
I put apathetic
Psychology.
dads in this category too.
Right. Yeah. It goes back to attention.
You know, a lot
Are you
of
giving
rich-
them attention? Or
You know,
do
a lot
they
of
need
rich
attention?
dads that were like they provided everything, but they accept themselves.
Right.
Ooh, that's deep.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, so
Real bummer.
that's why that's not even the divorce moms, right? That have the shitty situation dad.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've been told in the last couple of years, I used to date a girl that told me, like, well, why do you have this schedule? Like, you should just see them on the weekends in, like, you know, an afternoon on Wednesday. I go, do you think that's, wait,
It's such a crazy
No,
thing
no.
that used to be the standard. where it
that's
was
standard, yeah.
Like,
And
you're
I
the
go,
dad. What do you need to be?
I go, what are you talking about?
You
She
want
goes,
more than a weekend? What are you
She
talking
thought
about?
that was the default. And I was
Right.
like, you seriously think that? Like, no, here's the deal. If you don't do anything wrong, you get them 50-50 if you want them.
Right.
And then I saw it dawn on her that it was like,
Oh,
fuck. And I was like, God damn it. That was a rough night.
Well,
But then, since then, I've heard my ears to it. And so I'm like, I hear other people saying this. And they're like, oh, you have your kids a lot. And I'm like, no, I have them 50%. And they're like,
yeah.
whoa.
That's a lot.
That's a lot for you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I forget that whole conversation before.
It's weird. That's, you know, our generation grew up with movies that messed us up. A lot of movies perpetuated these things. Mrs. Doubtfire, I thought that's how divorces went.
You're correct on that.
Help is on the way there.
Yeah, that movie's sad if you watch it again. And then, yeah, having to sneak in as a translate of grandma,
Right.
transma. Ooh.
Copyright TM. We got two now.
TM,
What was the other one? I forgot it.
SMTM.
Didn't write it down.
CR. Oh, God damn it, I lost my train of
Mrs.
thought.
Doubtfire.
No, before that.
Mork and Mindy.
Before that,
Before that.
San Francisco Comedy Club.
Street
It's the Purple Onion.
performances.
Oh, damn it, I lost my train of thought. Anyway.
I don't know. Talking about timeshares with kids.
Oh, just, no, it was after that.
No. Haha, now you're doing it. Mark this clip. We're going to chop it up.
No.
Put you out there and act like you tried to play it off.
You can. I think it was funny.
I did too. I don't give a shit.
That got a lot. Actually, it was one of the best performing clip posts we've had.
Of me going,
Yeah. Yeah, but you got to rewatch that episode, Honky, because you were pretty out of it.
oh, yeah.
I didn't realize until we were deep in the pod.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, I think we can split this one into two. If you made it this whole way, thank you very much.
We love you.
You can go on Sweat Equity Pod. Send us a question.
Send us clips of you going,
If you send us, I really love.
I would. That would actually, if we got like 100 of those, I'd love that.
I'd love-
Mix it all together.
Okay, I'd love to have a scenario where people FaceTime video questions in that we can play on the pod
So send us videos of questions.
or something. I don't know. Send us questions.
FaceTime would be live.
Sweat Equity Pod on all socials. We're going to step up our game. Your brain's coming back to normal.
It's coming back.
Oh, what? I should pull you aside like you pulled the little kid aside and be like, hey, it's coming, dude. It's coming back.
It is.
You're improving.
You're doing good, little brain.
Hey, you might get most improved this semester. The best trophy out there.
Yep. Maybe not.
When we have no chance at MVP.
Yeah.
But most
MVPs,
improved
bro.
is second for sure.
6 man.
That means you sucked and you worked you earned it.
Yeah. No, yeah. You improved.
I'm telling from experience. I'm like a triple-time most improved athlete.
You're going to win it every year for the next 5 years because you can barely dribble.
Well, and then you slow play it to try to win the trophy.
Like, coach, look how bad I suck at the beginning.
So you make the team, but just barely, and then you fucking crush it.
Yeah.
All right, SweatEquityPod.com. We're going to improve that website, too. That's another project. Oh, the other thing I have for you, I was going to say, other than the kid, trying to help the kids outside of school, I think, or basketball coach, I think you need a project to get your brain back to 100%.
Yeah.
I think you need a woodworking project, like something with your hands.
Yeah.
Not art.
Oh.
I think you need like a dude, but something with your hands that you
Okay. Yeah.
project.
All right.
Like, just throwing it out there.
What kind of work are you asking me to do at your house? Like
I'll-
replace my cabinets or
Look,
something.
I'll help you
I'm
make.
just spitballing.
I'll help you make the dick table for the studio. If our table is a dick, I'll help you.
Circles are hard.
No, we'll have to get the circles pre-cut and sent in.
Yes. Okay.
But something that we can cut the rest of it.
Okay. You mean give it a circumcision?
No, oh, yeah. That's my favorite Jimmy Kimmel joke. Why aren't all the penises in Europe that are graffitied everywhere, why aren't they uncircumcised?
Oh yeah.
I just love that drawing.
That's a great point.
Drawing penises on things.
Totally white guy move.
It's just
Jewish?
ubiquitous. It's all they do it. They do it all over the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
go. If you're an adult, go get circumcised. If you're not circumcised, you should go do that. That's another cool group of guys.
Yeah. What, the adult circumcised guys or the guys that are not circumcised?
Both the ones that are you took my foreskin guys, and then the other group is the ones that do it later in life. They're not really unified as much.
No. I'm sorry.
We got the dick
Joke
jokes in
overload.
there.
Joke overload, and then I just lost it.
Bye.
Bye.